So hi guys, we're here back on Naoshima with Xiao Yi, and we've got a creator insight. So we're going to be asking her tons and tons of questions about this beautiful Imperial Chinese island. If you haven't seen the tour already, I'll link it above and below. And yeah, so hi Xiao Yi.
Hi Tanya, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good, doing
I'm
well.
so excited to be back here.
Thank you.
Could you, yeah, maybe just start by explaining how you would describe your island and what your main inspiration is?
Yeah, sure. So my island was named Naoshima. It probably gave it away that it was originally planned to be a Japan island.
Yeah,
Um, so when I just got my Switch, I was so excited to play, and I've seen so many beautiful Japan-inspired designs.
yeah,
And it's also one of my favorite countries I visited so many times. So naturally, I started off with a rural Japan themed island. I had like the entrance here was a huge train station. And
yeah.
then I guess like a few weeks into it, and when I got Genji and Pico, I'll show you their entrance again in the back.
Mm-hmm.
I started experimenting with the imperial fencing, and I love the way it looked in the winter, especially with the snow covering on top of the fence.
Absolutely, yeah.
And then I just started taking a 180-degree turn, and then slowly flattened all my old Japan areas. I still have a sushi restaurant on the island, but slowly it's now all mostly ancient imperial, um, like a forbidden city, kind of like a ancient Beijing feel.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So it kind of all started with the fence then.
Yeah, yeah. Because I was a huge fan of the Zen fencing, and I really that was like I only had that in my island. I used it everywhere.
Yeah,
And then once I started experimenting with the imperial fencing, I just fell in love with it.
yeah.
And also
It's,
I was born in China, and moved to the States until I was 12. So
mhm.
all the Chinese culture and traditions are still deeply rooted in me. And then being an avid fan of the ancient Chinese soap operas, I just let my imagination run wild, and really had fun just building it.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I think it totally comes through because it feels so authentic and true to
Thank
both
you.
yeah, true to both China and and those soap operas as well. Like I'm Chinese from Hong Kong, so
Oh,
yeah, so
yeah.
I've seen some of China, probably not as much as I should have, but it felt yeah, really realistic.
Thank
Um and maybe could you talk through like specific areas and the inspiration for them? Because you have some really, really cool spots. Like I think you had the bit for the Empress and you have the calligraphy class. And yeah, anyways, just lots of really cool areas.
Yeah. So I guess growing up and even to this day, I love watching all the ancient Chinese soap opera. As a kid, I remember watching 《还珠格格》.
Yeah.
I think the English name is The Return of the Pearl Princess. I watched it. I
Okay.
watched it so many times, and when my parents finally took me to Beijing and took me to the Imperial Palace, I absolutely fell in love with the old architecture,
Yeah.
the red walls and the yellow roofs. I couldn't help to imagine what it would like to live here, hundreds
Mm,
of years ago. And so a lot of it is inspiration from the Imperial Palace, um, and just what I know from watching on TV and from like learning history. So I for my island, I like to focus on red, yellow, and green. And I did
mm,
some research on like the way Imperial Palace was built. So red is obviously associated with wealth and power and happiness. So
yeah.
there's definitely a lot of red in the Imperial Palace. You see like
Hmm.
all the red walls, and then
Yeah.
the yellow. So the yellow, the first syllabus of emperor has the same sound of the color yellow. So it was
Oh
Actually, only
yeah.
imperial, yeah, so only imperial buildings of the Forbidden City were allowed to have yellow tiles.
Oh
It
wow.
was like the emperor's color. So that's something I found really interesting, and I try to use yellow from lighting or from stalls. And then green is another important color, which just signifies growth. So in the Imperial Palace, you see a lot of red, yellow, and green, and then I try to focus on
Ah,
those colors on my island as well.
that is
And
super cool.
thank
I had
you.
I had no idea the significance of green. Yeah, I would have. I think I would definitely have known red and probably
Yeah,
yellow, but not green. That's cool.
yeah, thank you.
So
So yeah,
you've done like research for your island as well.
yeah, a little bit, not enough, but most of it is, from my imagination, just from TV shows. Yeah, a lot of some research was did help.
Yeah, and some of the other areas also feel quite historical. Like you've got an area, the kind of the tomb area, and it's got the warrior statues. And
Yeah,
I
so that
assume that's a reference to the terracotta warriors.
yeah, that was definitely a reference to the Terracotta Warrior. I can show you uh,
Yeah.
the the path to the tomb. It's not quite done yet, but if you just pretend you didn't see any of that. um,
Yeah, during the tour, I was, oh crap, I've just been to a thing and I forgot my. I've just. I went to a giveaway island and I don't have a
oh,
ladder.
that's
I'm
okay.
so
I
sorry.
can drop you my ladder here. You can take
Okay,
it.
and then I'll drop something for you. I'll give you
Yeah.
some star fragments.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
No problem.
Oh yeah, so when I was doing the tour, I was trying to remember my like very basic China history, and yeah, like the terracotta warriors were made for an emperor, right, to be buried with him.
Yeah, so like it was mostly inspired by so this is a different dynasty, obviously. It's
Mm-hmm.
in the Qin dynasty when the first emperor died, he actually had this like huge terracotta warrior section in Xi'an, and it's like just thousands and thousands of terracotta warriors. They all look different. I
Yeah.
would like to try to create something like that, but I don't have 2,000 warriors to put on my island. So this is my like simple my twist of the tome. So obviously using a lot of gold because they're like, buried with wealth, a lot of
Yeah.
treasure.
Sure.
So I put the gold casket to represent the tome. And then just added some black flowers for aesthetics. And then you know, I just thought of all the scary items I could get my hands
Yeah.
on for the
Yeah.
game, like skeletons and the tarantula and the fossils.
Yeah.
Just make it a little spooky. That
Yeah.
also connects to the secret beach.
It's super
So yeah,
cool.
thank
Yeah,
you.
like really
It's really fun
meaningful
for
as
me.
well.
Thank you.
Yeah, amazing.
And
And
another, yeah.
yeah, it's super cool how each terracotta warrior does have a different expression. Like I visited like many years ago.
Oh yeah,
But
actually
yeah.
I've never been myself.
Okay. I was gonna say like I wonder. I haven't looked closely at the fake versus real, but I wonder if they would look a bit different.
Yeah,
Um.
I think the fake one has a like the warrior is holding a shovel
Uh
instead.
huh.
So
Oh,
I think
okay.
I have a couple fake ones that I've put throughout the island.
Yeah, yeah. And
Um,
then this is the prison, right? This is
yeah,
basically
so
where
this is
you
like
attacked me in cold blood.
right. This is where the military camp and along with the prison area. I really had fun building this. And I think it's also a favorite by a lot of my friends. Like when they come, they have a lot of fun kind of going down to the cell and
Oh, I
try
should
to
do that.
break the prison. So this was like very interactive. And
Yeah.
it's one of my favorite areas. I really had fun like drawing the blood patterns, and I even designed a prisoner outfit. So it
Oh,
went hand
where's
in.
the outfit?
The outfit is in my Able Sister store. I can show you.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
cool. Oh, so you haven't put it out or anything.
No. So
Oh,
it
yeah, yeah, yeah.
for like people to wear.
Yeah.
So like they'll actually be wearing the prisoner outfit when they come visit.
That's so
And
funny.
give them
Come to my
sell. So
island and let me imprison you.
yeah, yeah. I do feel bad for the campsite villagers because their first impression will be my prison.
Are they prisoners or are they like just dropping by to visit the prisoners?
They're just dropping by to visit, unless they behave in such a way that
Yeah.
they would later be arrested.
You say while wielding an axe.
Yeah.
And I also like how you had that little gambling area. I felt that was very realistic
Oh
as
yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Both to,
So
yeah,
that's
like
like
guards as well.
also
Yeah. Go on.
that's
Sorry.
also inspired from TV shows. These military guards often are bored and spend long
Yeah,
time in the prison area, and they are bribed by a lot of people who try to come in and see the prisoners.
for
Um,
sure.
so I just figured to put some gold up there.
That's great. Okay,
I
where
can
should we
show
go
you
next?
my newest area that I literally just
Ooh,
finished.
so not
So
even in tour.
no, yeah, I haven't even posted it yet. Well, I have an older version of it. But this is
Oh, the
my
inn,
ex.
right?
Yeah, so this is my little XL in. Um,
Wow.
I finished this a few days ago, and it didn't have the two sides. And
Yeah.
a lot of pictures of like ancient inns. It's kind of this U-shaped courtyard. So when I
Oh, that's
first finished it,
cool.
I love how it looked, but then I decided to redo this whole area. It did
Yeah.
take one too many times to relocate these villagers, but I think in the end is worth it.
There's so
um,
much detail. Like
Thank you.
the log benches, they look like fences, huh? Is that
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, they kind of look like a little balcony. Um,
Yeah, that's incredible. I've never seen
thank
anyone
you.
do that.
Thank you.
Um, wow. Yeah, it looks so realistic and all those pagodas in the background.
Yeah,
Yeah, just
I'm out of pagodas. That's all the pagodas I have now.
oh, amazing. Super cool. And this is Genji and
This is actually Chow, the
oh,
panda,
Chow.
and
Oh.
then Kostyu, I think he's like a frog.
Oh. So
Yeah, so Chow is actually not one of my favorite because I'm still trying to learn to appreciate his look.
yeah.
But I do love his house, and I think it goes really well
Chow.
with the inn here. But my favorite is definitely Gunji, Pico, and Coco.
Yeah. Chow
Yeah,
has a funny face.
yeah, he
He's
does.
cute. But a
But he
perfect
hadn't
house
been
for
out
it.
too much, so I hadn't really seen him outside.
And is Cousteau's the other one?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh
he's on the
wow.
outside, and I
Because they've
think
got really cool houses. Like it
the two of
fits.
them are the only few with the door looking like the Imperial Palace door.
Yeah.
Pico also has this door. The red she has a red house, and I think these two really go well with the old inn look.
Yeah, it's
So,
amazing. Did you hunt them down for this specific purpose?
no, I actually went ahead and made amiibo cards for these two.
Ah, nice,
Yeah,
nice.
it would take me a whole week to get these two villagers.
Otherwise, yeah, yeah, because it's just like perfect. I've just noticed this little side area. That's cute.
Thank you.
It's like where the
Yeah,
workers are.
still kind of a work in progress here.
Oh, don't worry,
Apologies
don't
for the
worry.
mess.
No, 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 don't worry. There's like beautiful tour already. Right. So
So,
where next?
I can
This
show
way.
you the front section to take you to the liquor
Cool.
store. Have some rice
Yeah.
in there.
I also love that area, like
Thank you.
the geo. I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's you.
Yeah,
Yeah, so my
yeah,
friend Lucy actually made that design for me, and I love it. Um,
yeah. It's perfect. Did you?
thank
Speaking of codes, did you design anything, or are these all like things you found?
I most of these codes I found online. The only thing I designed, ironically, is the blood pattern on the
Mm-hmm.
prison, and then the prisoner outfit. Those are literally the only two
They're cool
designs.
though. They have a lot of
Yeah,
character.
thank you.
I've just noticed this menu in the back. I think because I came at night before, I didn't see that
Yeah,
detail, but
yeah,
it's so
I
cool.
love it. Yeah, I think it's probably in Japanese. I found it in like
True.
someone was having a sushi restaurant or a seafood restaurant, and I
Fair.
loved it.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
I try to experiment and put it here, and I actually like how it turned out.
Yeah, it
You
looks
can't
really
really
good.
tell what language it is.
Yeah. Well, I mean, kanji and
Yeah,
Chinese characters are so
yeah,
similar, anyways.
yeah.
Um, and that was another thing. Like, I thought you used your different codes in such a smart way. Like, you have different purposes for all of them. So, like this one where you have the chair with this is like the carpet pattern, I think.
Yeah, this carpet is one of my favorite. I'll show you later. I use it everywhere as a carpet, as a stage, and
Yeah.
now as a chair design. Also, I mean, we're so limited with the design space,
Yeah.
so I had to be creative to reuse the designs.
But
Um,
they feel fresh in the different ways that you use them because they're all used quite differently. Like again, this the calligraphy in the background. Like I think you use that elsewhere as well, and
yeah,
yeah, it just works really
thank
really
you,
well. Really
thank you,
impressive.
thank you.
Um, so what's your favorite part of the islands? Like there's so many good spots.
My favorite part, it, I think it, for now, it's my library that I made,
Yeah,
recently. I can take you there.
yeah.
Um, but I can first show you,
Is that the one with the
my
scroll?
my first Chinese place that I built. It all started from here. Besides the little entrance I built for Genji and Pico, this is my first like
Yeah.
larger area. That's again inspired by the Xi'an, uh,
Mm.
the Xi'an walls.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, so
Yeah.
this part I use the red as a carpet where the for the emperor kind of to
Yeah.
walk up to his mansion.
This is so epic. Like this is a hell of an
Thank
entrance,
you.
eh? Um, yeah, I think yeah when I came for the tour, I was just shocked.
Thank
And
you.
this is quite early on in the tour, so you just like is a statement.
Yeah, this is the
It's
first place
really
I show
amazing.
my guests usually.
Yeah, yeah, it's really really cool.
Thank
And
you.
then the library. That is that where you've got the big scroll rolled out.
Yeah, so that's actually not my original idea. The
Mm-hmm.
scroll I found from another site. I think what the original creator did is he has a like a mountain painting with the scroll, and then I like the
Ah,
idea of the scroll with the log bench.
yeah,
So I threw in the Chinese writing on the floor.
yeah, yeah,
I really like that.
yeah. Oh, that's really cool because when I saw it, I was blown away. Like I hadn't seen that before.
Thank you.
So it's
Yeah,
cool
that
how you
really is
adapted that
brilliant
idea.
idea. I had to use it.
Yeah, it genuinely does look like a scroll. Like
Yeah, from
it's
a
such a good
specific
illusion.
angle. There it is.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Look at that. That's amazing.
Thank you.
And then yeah, just like all the details are really really cool. Like I love how high the bookcases go up. It really feels like you're enclosed.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, it's cool. And do you have like specific um, like areas that you're thinking of building still, or do you feel like you've done the ones that you wanted to achieve?
Well, I think you can tell just from my island, I still have a lot of empty spots. I would say,
Not that many.
um, close to a quarter, I feel like are still empty, and I still have my sushi restaurant, and I still have a modern manicure area that I built like on my first week of playing.
Mm-hmm.
That I just haven't had time to flatten it. So there's definitely a lot of space left in the island. Um, and I definitely want to build more ancient China related areas.
Yeah.
But yeah, like my favorite ones is like the library I've done, the prison. I really liked building it, and then the tomb. So like I am slowly running out of idea, but I'm definitely going to create more areas
Yeah.
for
And
sure.
where do you go for inspiration? Because I know you have like such specific reference points, but do you look for pictures? Do you kind of watch stuff? Or
Yeah, so
yeah.
I've done a lot of Google search inside the Imperial Palace, and then
Mm.
also from just watching all the soap operas, because like there's there's it always shows you where the concubine, where the empress lives, and the distinct furniture they use, and
Mm-hmm.
also like there's always an old inn. Like in Huanzhu Ge, they always sneak away like the princess will dress up in like a servant as a male servant and sneak out of the palace.
Yeah.
They will there's a scene where they went to the brothel, or I call it the house of pleasure. That's
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
really inspired from the show really. And
That's cool.
yeah, and then I wanted to cover up the museum, so I ended up using the museum as the emperor's mansion, or like
Yeah.
where he um have his like morning meetings with his consuls. So that's obviously like all in the from the show I've watched. I can
That's
show you
amazing.
here where
It's
I
really
use
cool.
the red carpet again.
Yeah. It's like I think it really helps in the building of the world, like how realistic it all feels because you have such specific references.
Yeah,
And
thank you.
I love the flooring as like scrolls. I
Thank
assume.
you.
Yeah, it's
Um,
really cool.
uh, Yeah, the townhouse people are not thrilled about it. Saying I'm creating clutter on the island.
Oh yeah, I mean, I think I
Isabel.
don't know if your island is 5 star. I mean, it's to me it's above 5 star, but the way that they
Thank
rank it is just so nonsense because I think it's really cool when you can drop things that give extra life.
yeah, thank you.
Um, cool. And so I'm trying to think of my other questions. I had so many questions.
It's fine.
um, and in terms of like how you approach design, so you talked about your inspiration, but in terms of how you start building, like do you start from the objects? Do you decorate? Do you terraform? Like how do you go about that?
Yeah, so most times when I build, I have a specific idea in mind. Like here, the House of Pleasure. This is actually a remodel. When I first built it, I had this waterfall going on, but I didn't have the imperial bed.
Mm,
I actually the first time I built it, I just ended up placing a lot of kimonos out.
mm-hmm,
Just kind of implying there's a lot of like girls standing up there singing and playing instruments.
mm-hmm.
Um, and then I've seen so much inspiration from Instagram. Um, like I think Hanami was the first, Mark was the first one who used the imperial bed as kind of like a pavilion almost.
Yeah, yeah.
That was
That was so
really
cool.
inspiring. And, like with the game, actually, I feel that Chinese specific items are very limited. So
Mm,
I do use a lot of imperial items like the imperial fencing, the imperial partition, and the
yeah.
imperial bed and chest. So I play around with those items a lot, and then I
Mm-hmm.
try to make it work. Yeah, so and then I like using the panels as screens or windows. These weren't designed by me, but I love these, and they're everywhere on my island.
Yeah, I mean, they're so perfect for it. Like those red lanterns are just pretty iconic.
Yeah, yeah.
That's really cool. And you talked about some of the items you use a lot, but what are your favorite items,
My
or are they the same?
favorite, I think at the moment is the bonsai shelf. I love using that. And you know,
Yeah, it's
there's
beautiful.
a lot of red already with just the fencing alone and the panels. So
Mm-hmm.
I try to add in green, and these bamboo trees are so tall sometimes they kind of end up blocking up a lot of views. So
Mm.
another favorite one of my item is the cypress plant,
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah,
along with
yeah.
with the bonsai shelf. Yeah, so this one I use a lot. I feel like this is one of the only other plant that looks kind of Chinese that
Mm.
I like throwing this out all over the island, and then here's the bonsai shelf here, and then I have it over
Yeah.
there, and also have it at the hotel. It's all over the place. I
Yes.
think it goes well with a lot of the like the low table, and it goes well as something extra on the second level. That's
Yeah.
like if you don't pay attention, you wouldn't see it, but if you look at it, it's kind of a nice touch that kind of completes the look. So
Yeah.
actually, the second level I just finished up building a few days ago. Before it was just one level, and so yeah, you can't tell, but behind the Imperial bed is actually the Nook store. And obviously,
Really?
it doesn't look like it belongs on the island. So now I'm just basically
Oh,
trying to cover up
yeah.
everything. Yeah, so the Able
That's
store
so
is here.
funny.
Uh, the Nook's
That's really
cranny is
smart.
kind of
I don't
hidden.
I don't remember if you showed it to me during the tour, but I didn't notice it. So yeah, that's so
Good.
smart. And
Thank you.
so you also hit these little areas that you've done before.
Yeah, so these
Ah,
are
that's so
I'm gonna
smart.
work on like my very first manicure spa
I mean,
area.
it's really cute.
Thank you.
I get that
I
it's not
like
on
it.
theme, but it's really cute.
Thank you. So yeah, once I get rid of this area, I'll free up some design, so that'll be
Yeah.
good.
I remember this actually, seeing the straw fence used in this way on the side. Like, it looks really cool. I haven't seen it
Thank
done
you.
like this.
This was inspired by Jill from Okayama Island.
Uh huh.
She had this Tanabata festival, and I had the chance to visit her island the first time, and she had like a bamboo forest, and it was the first time I saw anyone using this fencing this way, and I absolutely loved it.
It's very cool.
Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, I think I mean, that's just so many of my questions. um, so maybe we can just do a couple of like rapid fire ones.
Yeah.
So yeah, who is your number one favorite villager?
My number one villager. I think it's Coco. I haven't had her for long, but she so I don't
She's
remember
my
if I told
favorite.
you. Yeah, her house is right next to the tomb area.
Yeah,
So she's like a tomb guardian sort of. And
yeah,
then I can show you. And then
yeah. Which fits with
um
her backstory, right? Because she's like a
yeah,
funeral doll.
yeah. So she at the beginning used to kind of creep me out. I never really wanted her until much
Hmm.
later on. Like the fact that like her eyes is all hollow, where
Yeah,
it was kind of freaky at first. But then once I got her, she really grew on me.
yeah, yeah,
And I built a graveyard area that's for my grandpa, and I
yeah,
think the fact that it's right by her house made me like her a lot more,
yeah,
or appreciate her house a lot more.
yeah,
So yeah,
yeah,
feel free to go up and take a look. The graveyard areas on the right side, and
yeah.
this whole corner is kind of dedicated for my grandpa who passed away
Mm,
many years ago. So
mm,
he really likes to read. All he did was read. And I love going through his bookshelves. Just look at those giant dictionaries. He was
yeah.
an English professor in China. So he had a
Wow.
tons of books. So this whole area, I just threw in some bookshelves and put a lot of books out there. Because that was something he really liked to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
That's so meaningful. I think this area does have so much like character to it, and I think that really comes through in your tribute. That's really beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I love how you have Coco as kind of the guardian.
Yeah, yeah.
The
So
yeah,
that also makes me like her a lot more for
yeah.
personality.
So Coco's my favorite, and she actually
Oh,
just showed up randomly on my island. Like I had an open plot,
oh wow,
and
lucky.
when she showed up, I was like, so I was creeped out by her, right?
Yeah,
And then I saw her reading with her glasses on, and I just fell in love,
it's
and now I'm
adorable.
obsessed.
Yeah, I like her even more with her glasses. It's just
Yeah,
she's adorable.
yeah, she's such a funny little character.
Yeah,
But a lot of people who don't have her are very confused. They're like, why do people? What's all the hype about Coco? And I
yeah.
think you
You
just,
really need to get
yeah,
her first to understand it.
I think so. I think so.
Yeah.
Cool. So yes, rapid fire. Favorite time of day?
Um, Favorite time of the I really like going back to like 5 a.m. in the
Oh
winter,
yeah,
especially.
for
It's so
sure.
peaceful and the music is even different.
The
Um,
music is amazing.
yeah, and I think at 6 o'clock it starts to change and it's a little more energetic. But
Yeah,
like at 5 in the morning, when there's just a little bit of light out, the music is so calming.
yeah.
So when I'm like 6 deep terraforming, I always go back to super early in the morning. It kind of keeps me calm.
That is such a good idea. I hadn't thought of doing that.
And then I like really early in the morning, and then I like just around the sunset time, maybe like 5 p.m. in the winter.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Same, same,
Yeah.
same. I think we have the same music preference.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because that's definitely the best.
Yeah. So like
It's really
I love
chill, isn't it?
I love the orange sky, like
Yeah,
just before the sun sets. And I think
yeah,
it looks good on it fits on this island. Like
for
this theme.
sure.
Yeah.
And then, in terms of seasons, what's your favorite? Like, I assume you
So
travel to
yeah,
winter.
I didn't start playing until early June or
Mm-hmm.
very end of May. So it was like on the in the southern hemisphere it was autumn.
Mm-hmm.
So I've had maybe a couple weeks of autumn, which I loved, and then I've it's been in winter. I've actually never traveled to cherry blossom season yet. And like I don't know if you've
Ah,
noticed, I don't have a lot of trees where the cherry blossom get blossom.
yeah,
So it's mostly bamboo trees. So I actually haven't traveled to springtime to see that myself yet. I've seen it on other people's island.
yeah,
So that's something I'm excited for
yeah.
spring. But I
I
think
think,
I really
yeah.
love winter right now. I think I'm biased because I started with winter and it's really the most season I've experienced. But I'm really
Yeah.
loving the snow covering the fence and the bridge. I really like it.
No, I'm so envious of winter. Like I'm really, really tempted to change my island to travel to it because
And I
it's
really
just so
like building
gorgeous.
the snowman too. That was fun.
Cool. So those are my questions. Thanks so much for having me back again and for sharing all your inspiration and ideas. If people want to follow you and see more of your content, where can they find you?
I am Xiao Yi Cross on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Awesome.
yeah,
It's
and then
shall. It's
my
underscores, right?
coach, I have
Shall
a
underscore
yeah,
we
sorry,
underscore cross. Yep.
yeah, and then I have a coach section in the story highlight most of the panels and the designs I've found elsewhere. I've shared that there. So if anyone wants to use that, they can obviously feel free to use it.
Brilliant. Well,
Yeah.
thank you so much. Thanks, guys, for tuning into this. Please do follow Xiao Yi on Instagram because her work is incredible and she shares like historical bits and like sweet little stories in her captions.
Thank you.
And yeah, tune in for more island tours and creator insights. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and see you soon. Bye, guys.
Thank you so much.